Do you ever get close to finishing a digital piece of art and something about it just feels like it's off, like it's missing something, or maybe there's an angle that you haven't looked at that you want to try that you're just not sure of yet? Well, today I'm going to show you how to really get to that finishing product that you're looking for. These are tools that I use, and I'm actually going to provide these tools for you for free to download. That way you can use them yourself in your own files. Now, the file types that I'm going to provide to you are PSD files. I know for a fact that they work in Photoshop. That's what I'm working in as a program. But if you're using Procreate, I know they're going to work there too because I looked it up on Google. I'm not sure about other apps, but I know that PSD files, as long as some application that uses layers, should be able to work. So without further ado, let me show you these overlays that I use, and that way you know how to apply them too, and we can get working together. So here we are in Photoshop, and I have one of my latest digital illustrations up here on the screen, just as a baseline to show you how these overlays are going to be applied. And I've got 5 of them here for you today. So we'll go through one by one just real quick, and I'll show you how I apply these, what kind of overlay filters you should use with these overlays, and we'll play around, and I'll show you how these really bring this image even further to life. So here we go. Number 1, we'll uncover this first layer. This overlay is called Glow. These are all overlays that I've built myself that I use and apply. All right, so first off, Glow. I use the overlay filter on this one here because without it, here's what it looks like. You know, it's a little bit too bright, so overlay kind of brings it to life a little bit more, lets those colors shine through. Now this Glow one, as you can see, this one's is pretty obvious, but it brightens up the area that you shine it on, right? So I can grab this with a transform tool, and I can angle it. If I want to angle it, I can make it bigger, you know, however I want to adjust it. But for the most part, this is going to brighten up your image and make it feel just a little bit highlighted, like there's some atmosphere in front of it. Cool. With that being said, I'm going to hide that, go back to my regular layer here, and let's go into the second one, which is orbs. Now this one's kind of cool. So for this one, I don't use any sort of blend mode. You can, but orbs just to add like a little fun, almost like a fantasy-esque piece of texture to your finished drawing here, which is cool. You know, this one's fun. Let's go to number 3. Number 3 is that old school vintage feeling, right? So this one I'm using with a soft light filter, and I put the descriptions next to the titles of whatever these overlays are, just to show you, hey, what filter you should apply to the layer, just to make it feel like optimal, to kind of optimize it is what I'm trying to say here. You can change the opacity here so it doesn't have to be so intense, right? You can adjust that there. But this one, you kind of get it, vintage feeling, pretty cool. If you're looking kind of for like an old school sepia type vibe. Next one, rain. Yeah, so this one was a kind of cool one to build. This rain has a blur effect on it, and it also has motion effect to give it some sort of movement of a feeling. I'm on the soft light blend mode, which makes it just a little gentler on the eyes, and I can actually transform this rain so it comes in any direction. You can resize it as well, right? If I want big raindrops or whatever. But yeah, that's a pretty cool effect if you're looking for something really moody. And then of course you can always erase, you know, these layers to kind of finagle it however you want. But these are a good baseline to get you kind of started here. All right, and the last one, kind of the most interesting of the overlays that I have available here for you, is the scratched overlay. Now this is, I like to think of this almost like a film scratch, like those old, how they used to show movies and stuff with film. They would, after the old ones would from getting played so much, would have all these scratches on them. That's kind of what I was going for when I built this overlay. And I put a little bit of grain into it, so as I zoom in here, you can kind of see that too. So it's kind of, there's some blur in some areas, there's some grain, but this one adds some really fun texture to it. And of course, you can always play with the opacity, right? As I bring down the opacity, you can see how it settles in more, looks more natural to the finished result here, which I think is very helpful. So I'll bring that back up. And you don't have to use these one by one. You can layer multiple of these at the same time and see how they feel. Like maybe we go rain and maybe we go orbs at the same time, right? Maybe the orbs aren't as opaque, so we can kind of make them a little bit more gentle, and you can kind of see how that brings it all together. And then if I add the scratch on top and make the scratch really low in opacity, man, that's kind of crazy. Or if I take off the rain, take off the orbs, keep the scratch, bring it up in opacity, and then add the vintage and lower that opacity. Take a look at that, right? So it looks old, and now that texture adds even a little something extra and more fun to the drawing. So if you'd like to try these out yourself, go ahead and download them in the description below. And if you do use them in your own files, when you post them and you post your art online, wherever you post it, feel free to tag me. I'd love to see the overlays applied in some of your artworks. I think that'd be pretty cool. But there's going to be more freebies to come, more tutorials to come. We're just getting started on this channel here, but happy to have you here. If you watched, thank you. And I will see you in the next one.